Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is an 1850 point match of Mechanicum versus Grey Knights. This is today's board and the mission is Cleanse and Control. I'm fighting Ian's Grey Knights again, and we've got the 6 objectives. Number 1, number 2, number 3 just in the shrubbery there, number 4, number 5 just outside the cathedral, and number 6 in the ruins. So, like I said, this is the board today, and it's going to be a brutal matchup. Ian's going to have a lot of force, and I've got a lot of multi-wound models on the table. So, we'll now take you through the armies. Right, so this is the Admech force today. We have Magus Dominus, doesn't have any upgrades at all, and he has attached himself to 2 Castellax, each of them being upgraded with Darkfire cannons and enhanced targeting arrays. His Warlord trait is Death of Flesh, so anybody gets to reroll 1s within 3 inches of an objective. For other troops choices, we have 2 units of 3 Thalax. Each unit has a single photon thruster in there. We have a unit of 10 Ad Secularis Covenant. They've got Carapace armor and Rite of Pure Thought, so they are fearless with a 4 armor save. For elites, we've got 3 Myrmidons. We've got the Lord and one other with 2 phase plasma fusils each, and the other one has 2 graviton guns. For fast attack, we have 3 Vorax. Each of them have been upgraded with enhanced targeting arrays. They've all got lightning guns and they've got poison ammunition on the rotor cannons. These guys have scout and they can outflank as well, so we'll see what we do with those when we come to deployment. For heavy support, the Thanatar with the Helix Plasma Mortar here also has an enhanced targeting array, and Lord of War, we've got the Knight Errant with the Melter Gun. No upgrades other than poison ammunition in his heavy stubber. So that is it for the Admech force. It's going to be quite a difficult fight due to me taking so many non-scoring units, but we'll see what Ian can do. Right, so this is Ian's Grey Knight force. Ian, do you want to talk us through it?
Right, we've got a unit of Grey Knights Terminators with a side cannon.
Yep.
2 halberds, 1 hammer, 1 warding stave. We have the Warlord. Is it? No, that's the other one. So we have a level 2 librarian with taking Biomancy. We have Life Leech, Enfeeble, and taking the primary Smite.
Yep.
We have a unit of 5 paladins with 3 halberds, 1 apothecary, 1 standard bearer. We actually have the Warlord with the book that gives him an extra spell, and he is rocking Gate of Infinity, Sanctuary, and Cleansing Flame.
He's level 3 as well.
He's a level 2.
Level 2. Okay.
We have another unit of 5 Terminators with 2 halberds, 1 hammer, 1 set of falchions, and a side cannon.
Yep.
Squad of 10 Interceptors with falchions, 2 incinerators. 5-man Purgation Squad with 5 Peace Silencers. 5-man Purifier Squad with a hammer, 3 halberds, and a warding stave.
Yep.
1 Razorback with twin link las cannons, and 1 Dread Knight with heavy side cannon, incinerator, and big ass sword.
No problem. And what was your Warlord trait again? Was it extra power, was it?
Extra spell.
No problem. So we'll roll off for deployment and see who's going first. Right, so here we go. We've got Ian's deployment on this side of the board. We've got, I want to say, Interceptors, Purifiers in the Razorback, hiding behind the ruins. We've got the Interceptors.
Down the bottom, they're the Interceptors.
There we go. And we've got Purgation Squad. And then over this side we have the Dread Knight. And in reserve, he's got all 3 units of Terminators. My deployment, I'm hiding due to the force weapons coming from the Peace Silencers. The Myrmidons are here as far forward as they can, but they're out of line of sight. Put the Castellax in this corner, again, hiding. and they've got Bodyguard of the Covenant, just so that Ian's not going to be able to get charged for deep strikes in my lines. Yeah, exactly. The Thanatar I had to hide because I haven't really got too much cover on this side where he's not going to be able to be seen, so I've had to hide him here, so unfortunately he's going to be moving turn 1. Over here we've got the Thalax, just about hiding, and we've got the Imperial Knight here, hugging the cover. And I am going to attempt to seize. Oh!
Dick.
Right, so Admech turn 1, we've drew secure objective 3, secure objective 3, and secure objective 1. We were joking at the beginning of the game about getting a stealing objective because obviously a lot of mine can't score. There's objective 3, and objective 1 is over there, and that would have made Ian one happy man. So we've done the movement. The Knight got an 8-inch move through cover, the Thalax got a 6, these guys got a 5, so they've just jumped up there. I need to get rid of them force shooty weapons. The Myrmidons are pushed forward, they're not going to be within range this turn. Tech thralls have spread out, as no doubt the torrent is going to be coming in from the Dread Knight. The Castellax and the Magus have moved up 6 inches to the top floor. The Thanatar, I've left him where he is for the moment because if he moves he's only got a 24-inch range gun. So we'll move on to shooting. Right, so in the shooting phase, each of these Castellax rolled a 1 for shooting, so they did get hot. Luckily they passed their armour save, so both of them and the Thanatar rained fire down on the Dread Knight and stripped him of 2 wounds. The Myrmidons, just the grab gun was in range of the purifiers here. Unfortunately the template scattered away from them. The Knight managed to kill 3 of them with the melter gun, the thermal cannon rather, and the guys up here lost 3 due to the photon thrusters from the Thalax there and in the ruins. Both of them have passed their morale checks though, so we've now got some jetpack moves to make. Alright, so the Thalax here only got a 4-inch jetpack move, so they've had to go behind the Knight just to hug a little bit of cover. I think Ian wants rid of them when he realised he was only getting a 6-foot cover save through the ruins. And these guys got an 8-inch, so they've just jumped back down, they've passed their dangerous terrain test. So at the end of my turn, I don't score any of the cards. I think I'll discard one of the objective 3s.
That would be the plan.
Right, so Grey Knight's turn 1. Ian has drew secure objective 6, secure objective 5, and no witness. And funnily enough, they're on my side. And we were joking before deployment if Ian wanted to take that side, and he was just like, hell no, I'm not moving. So, yeah, as you can see, these guys have pushed forward, looking to hopefully do some damage to the Thalax, maybe make them run. We'll see. 2 of the Terminator squads came on with the Librarians in them, and Ian got 2 direct hits with the deep strike. The Dread Knight has jumped forward this way, looking to take out the tech thralls. Ian's going for me scoring units. He knows that if he does enough damage to them, it's going to be very difficult for me to score points. So yeah, the Razorback has also pushed forward, and these 2 guys are staying exactly where they are, probably looking to shoot something down. So we'll move into Ian's psychic phase and then shooting. Alright, so in the psychic phase, Ian rolled a 6, so he had an insane number of dice. The Dread Knight tried to cast Sanctuary and failed. The Librarian here cast Cleanse and Flame, and he did Peril, and Ian rolled a 2, so he took a wound. Cleanse and Flame caused a single wound on the Myrmidon Lord that was at the back. He then cast Smite and Life Leech and managed to kill one of the other ones as well, so they've been brought down. He then cast Enfeeble from these guys at the Castellax, so the Castellax are now down to toughness 6. So that's it for the psychic phase. We'll now move on to shooting. Alright, so in the shooting phase, the last cannon on top of the Razorback shot the front armour of the Knight and failed to do anything. I did put the shield up on the front, as I didn't realise the heavy incinerators were strength 6, and Ian actually managed to get a single glance on the Knight. As you can see, Two of the Thalax have been cut down to the Storm Bolter fire. Ian got 4 wounds after the wounds from the heavy incinerators, and unfortunately I rolled 3 1s and a 2, and then only passed a single feel no pain. So that guy is left by himself. He has passed his leadership check though. The Myrmidon failed his leadership check at the end of the sighting phase and ran back 7 inches to here. As a result, this squad here pumped all the Storm Bolters in, hoping to do some damage. He did 2 wounds and I saved both of them. And obviously the Terminators get to run as well, so Ian spread out to avoid the nasty templates. The guys here ran 6 inches and pumped the side cannon and all the Storm Bolters into the Thalax here, and that guy was just slightly closer than the Photon Thruster. Took 2 wounds. The enfeebled Castellax here took 2 wounds from the heavy incinerator and the heavy side cannon from the Dread Knight. So Ian's not doing too badly. Right, so Ian hasn't scored no witness. He didn't secure objective 6. He did, however, secure objective 5. These guys are there. Unfortunately, my Thalax through the window there, 3.5 inches away, so they don't secure it. So Ian's elected to discard no witnesses. So we'll now move on to Mechanicum, turn 2. Right, so I drew objective 2, which is on the inside of the board again. So I've done all of my movement. This Thalax has moved just on objective 6, looking to probably shoot down at the Terminators here. The Vorax outflanked and they came on from this side. I brought them down here as obviously most of Ian's force is down this side. These Thalax are going to move through cover, looking to probably shoot these. The Knight is probably going to drop the large template over here, heavy stubber at them and then charge. The Myrmidon rolled a 10 for his leadership, so he's still running. He ran 4 inches back. Luckily he's still on the board. The Castellax, I swapped them around the opposite way, got a 6-inch move through cover, and then I've just done my Cyber 30 move, and got one of them a single wound back. The Tech Thralls have also pushed forward, hoping just to do a little bit more damage to the Terminators here, or possibly the Dread Knight. Let's see what happens. Right, so the Castellax did abysmal again. I say abysmal. 2 of them each got a gets hot. Luckily passed my armor save, so I'm not having as bad a luck as the other day. However, they did take down the Dread Knight, which finally scores first blood. The Thanatar threw the Helix Plasma Mortar at these guys, scattered backwards, almost killed the Myrmidon, inflicted a wound, but Ian managed to pass his invuln. The Imperial Knight shot the Thermal Cannon, and again scattered massively, managed to kill one of them though. The Tech Thralls actually managed to get 2 wounds, and Ian rolled a 1, and I thought, yes, they've managed to kill something, but he passed his field no pain. So yeah, they're alive. Down here, we've lost 2 Terminators now, thanks to fire from the Photon Thruster and the lightning guns. This lightning gun also shot at them, but didn't do any damage. The Vorax have ran 6 inches, looking to hopefully get in shooting range next turn. So, I think these guys are going to need a leadership check, and the Knight also shot the heavy stubber at these guys here.
These 2 here.
And didn't cause any wounds, so he's looking to probably charge. Right, so in the assault phase, these guys have jetpack moved up into the ruins just to avoid a shorter charge range to them. They've all passed the dangerous terrain. This Thalax passed his dangerous terrain and is hiding. And the Knight, as expected, charged in. Hammer of Wrath didn't do any damage. The sword cut 3 of them down. And yeah, he got a stomp, rolled 2 stomps, and I rolled a 6 covering the last 4 guys. So they were stomped, and the Knight has consolidated 1 inch. So yeah, I don't score any points this turn other than first blood, and I am going to elect to discard objective 3 as it's way too far away to be able to get. Right, so Grey Knight's turn 2. Ian's got secure objective 6, secure 3, and secure 5. 3 is down here by itself. 5 is in the centre of the board. We'll see whether the Terminators can cut the Thalax down and get to it. The Librarian is detached from the Terminators and he's going after that Myrmidon. And these guys are probably going to cut down the Tech Thralls. Right, so at the start of turn Ian's of the Terminators didn't come on. These guys, however, tried to get force off and I managed to stop it. I'd rather him chomp through 7 wounds than 3. They did, however, get hammer hand, so he is wounded on 2s. The Librarian here cast Life Leech on the Myrmidon and killed him and gave that Librarian his wound back. He's also cast Sanctuary on him as well. And the guys here got hammer hand as well, just in case these charge. Yeah, and force, so nasty. He tried to cast Cleanse and Flame as well, trying to kill some of the Tech Thralls. Unfortunately, didn't go off. So that is the end of the sight phase. We'll now move on to shooting. Alright, so the shooting phase, the last cannon got a glance on the rear armour of the Knight, despite the shield going up. And these guys unloaded their Stormbolters into the hide and Thalax and didn't cause any wounds. These guys here, with 2 Stormbolters and the side cannon, didn't do any damage to the Thalax. All of these guys here killed 3 Tech Thralls over this side. Obviously they are fearless due to Right of Pure Thought as well. So yeah, that's it for shooting. We'll now move on to Assault if Ian's doing any. Right, so these guys, as expected, they've got force off, absolutely cut down the 5 remaining Tech Thralls. These guys are going to have to do something against them and it's going to be a big problem, so we'll see what happens next turn over there. Meanwhile, over here, the Haminator and the Halberd charged in. The Halberd missed all of his attacks. The Thalax then hit back, got a single wound, and Ian rolled a 1, killing the Halberd, and the Haminator hit back and rolled 2 2s and a 1. So yeah, Ian then rolled a 10 for his leadership and he's ran 10 inches to the outside of the building into an oncoming Knight. So we'll see what happens in the next turn. Ian doesn't score any points this turn and he'll be discarding a card. Right, so I've drew Hungry for Glory, which is issue a challenge. Guess what I am not doing? Issuing a challenge. So, we've done the movement, the Vorax have come this way, hopefully take these guys out, as well as the Thalax, lend in an extra lightning gun to hopefully take them out. The Knight, I've decided to stay where he is. He's going to shoot the Heavy Stubber at the Haminator and hopefully take him out. If not, he'll probably end up having to charge him. But the Thermal Cannon is within range of these guys here. The Thalax here got a 2-inch move through cover, so they can see through the window at the Librarian here, hoping that the 4 shots coming in will be able to take them down, but it's going to be difficult. Over this side, the Thanatar didn't have much to do. If he moved, he couldn't really get away from them or shoot at them, so he's pulled right back into the corner, and the Librarian is just 12 inches away, so he can still drop the Helix Plasma Mortar, but the problem is these guys here. But I'm going to have to do it. I think I'm probably going to end up having to cast probably Rite of Destruction to get 2 shots. It's going to be the best way to do the most damage, I think, so we'll see what the shooting phase does. Right, so in the shooting phase over this side, 2 of the Vorax were in range with the rotor cannons and all 3 lightning guns managed to kill 2 of the Marines here. Ian saved all 7 saves from the rotor cannons and I got 2 Rens out of the 3 lightning guns. The Thalax also shot as well, but unfortunately didn't get a Ren and Ian passed his armor save. They have, as a result, passed their leadership check. These guys here, the Photon Thruster took a wound to get hot, but between the Photon Thruster and getting a Ren with a lightning gun, managed to bring down the Librarian on this side. The Knight shot his Heavy Stubber at the Terminator there, and he didn't fire his Thermal Cannon because this happened. Helix Plasma Mortar got a direct hit and then scattered slightly onto the Librarian as well, causing 4 wounds, and Ian didn't pass any of his invuns, unfortunately. As a result, there was 1 guy left, which the Castellax took care of. So there we go, that gets me Slay the Warlord. So yeah, the only thing left to do is for this guy to charge in and the jetpack moves. Right, so these guys got a 5-inch jetpack move. They also passed the dangerous terrains, and this guy also got a 5-inch as well. An assault phase, as expected, the knight cut down the Haminator, and I forgot about them. So Ian's probably going to try and take out a monstrous creature or two with them while he's still got a chance. Right, so Grey Knight's turn 3. Ian's other Terminator squad has landed, and again getting a direct hit here. He knows the Thanatar can't shoot, so yeah, he's probably going to try and take these guys out, or possibly the Thanatar, I think. These guys got a 6-inch move through a cover, looking to take out that Thalax there, so that they can hopefully run and get onto the squad, onto the objective. Ian has drawn Harness the Warp though, so he needs to get 3 powers off. So yeah, let's see what happens. Right, so in the Psychic phase, these guys managed to get Force off. I managed to get 4 hits against him, 1 wound, and I managed to pass my armor save. The last cannon also hit him, but rolled a 1 to wound. And these guys, Stormbolters, managed to get a wound as well and passed his save as well. Ian was desperate to try and get him off there. Over this side, the Terminators have ran, and the Psy Cannon and Stormbolters managed to take 2 wounds off the front Castellax there. So yeah, that's going to be pretty nasty. Right, so Ian scored Harness the Warp. He's discarded Objective 5, and he's kept hold of Objective 6 for the moment. So at the end of turn 3, the score is 2-2. Right, so movement phase, the Thanatar, he can't shoot, he's moved straight forward, and he's going to go in and charge at these guys. They haven't got Force off, so I figure I might get 1 or 2 wounds on them. I did draw Secure Objective 4 though, which is there. I need the 6-inch move through cover to get the Megas down. Unfortunately I rolled a 5 on 3 dice, so yeah. Over this way, the Knight has moved 12 inches, looking to probably take out the 2 Marines there and maybe consolidate back onto Objective 2, as I've still got that, and probably drop the thermal cannon on the Razorback there. This Thalax is going to make a run for Objective 1. He's going to run and then use his jetpack in hopes that he gets far enough up there. And the Vorax in the meantime put Dread Knight on to defend it. The Vorax in the meantime have had to move forwards towards these guys here, and yeah, they're going to have a lot of ammo pinging off their armour. So let's move on to the shooting phase. Right, so in the shooting phase, I cast Rite of Destruction on this Castellax with 3 wounds just in case he got hot. And between firing the bolt guns twice each and the Darkfire cannon twice, and this guy shooting both of his bolt guns at rapid fire range and the Darkfire, managed to take out quite a large chunk of the Terminators. Ian has passed his leadership though. The Thanatar is going to be charging in. Over this side, Poison Heavy Stubber from the Knight shot down at the guys here, didn't do any wounds. He then shot the Melter Cannon at the Razorback and blew off the last cannon. The Thalax here managed to get a single glance with one of the lightning guns. This guy has ran, and he's also just done his jetpack move. He was trying to get a double 6. He only got a 4-inch run and then a 9-inch jetpack to score Objective 1. And as expected, the rotor cannons from the Vorax cut down the 3 Marines on this side. So assault phases, got another jetpack move to do with the Thalax, and the Knight is going to charge in at these guys, and the Thanatar's charging as well. Alright, so the Knight charged in and cut down the Purgation squad, and over this side, the Thanatar charged in. He lost a wound to Overwatch to the side cannon, and managed to kill the side cannon guy, and then the Haminator smashed back and took a wound off. The Knight over here did consolidate back onto Objective 2, so it does score me Objective 2, which gives me 3 points to Ian's 2. We decided we're going to call the game there, as Ian has a Razorback on 1 whole point and 1 Haminator left. But yeah, it's been a slow game for points. And I was hoping Ian could maybe shoot down or kill in combat some of the monstrous creatures. I really felt the lack of scoring on the monstrous creatures, being able to get the objective markers was difficult to get round. But hopefully you've enjoyed the game, and hopefully we'll see Ian's Grey Knights again soon. Not against me. So yeah, please check out the rest of the channel, and if you live in the Catterick area, please check out the Shire War Games page as well.